After the age of 75, 99% of deaths are attributed to just 5 primary causes. While many assume that passing away at an advanced age is a natural process, the reality is that the majority of fatalities stem from avoidable risks that are often overlooked until it's too late. The issue lies in the fact that by the time most individuals recognize the problem, their health has already significantly declined, leaving them with limited options. However, by understanding these risks now, you can take proactive steps to protect yourself and potentially extend your life in ways you may not have imagined. In this discussion, we will delve into the 5 leading causes of death after 75, which account for nearly all fatalities in this age group. Some of these causes may seem obvious, while others might come as a surprise. Nevertheless, awareness of these risks is a first step toward prevention. These are not mere statistics. They represent real lives, real families, and real choices that could determine whether you struggle with health issues or enjoy a long, fulfilling life. Stay engaged until the end, as these 5 causes are not inevitable. In fact, by making small but meaningful changes, many individuals have significantly reduced their risks, maintained their independence longer, and added years, sometimes even decades, to their lives. The decisions you make today could shape how strong, active, and independent you remain in the years to come. Let's begin. 1. Heart disease. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death for individuals over 75, yet many fail to realize the extent of control they have over it. The heart is a muscle, and like any muscle, it can either remain strong with proper care or weaken due to neglect. The challenge is that warning signs often go unnoticed until significant damage has already occurred. Many people attribute symptoms such as fatigue, shortness of breath, or a general slowing down to the natural aging process. However, these could be indicators that your heart is not as robust as it once was, and this is something that warrants attention. One of the primary contributors to heart disease is high blood pressure. Over time, it places immense strain on your arteries, forcing your heart to work harder than it should. The insidious nature of high blood pressure lies in its lack of obvious symptoms. There is no pain or clear warning signs until a heart attack or stroke occurs. This is why many individuals over 75 find themselves hospitalized, wondering how they ended up in such a state when they felt fine just days prior. Another significant factor is poor diet. Decades of consuming processed foods, excessive salt, and unhealthy fats gradually take a toll, leading to clogged arteries and reduced circulation. Importantly, it's not just about avoiding harmful foods. It's also about incorporating the right ones. Your heart requires proper nutrients to stay strong, and a lack of these can accelerate damage more quickly than you might expect. Physical inactivity further exacerbates the risk. The heart is not designed to remain sedentary. When you stop moving, your circulation slows, muscles weaken, and your heart does not receive the exercise it needs to maintain its strength. You don't need to run marathons. Simple activities like walking, stretching, or even chair exercises can keep your heart functioning efficiently and significantly reduce your risk of heart disease. A common misconception is that heart disease is simply a matter of fate. Many assume that because a relative suffered a heart attack, or because it seems to be a common occurrence with age, there is little they can do to prevent it. However, the truth is that small, consistent choices, such as the food you eat, the way you move, and how you manage stress, play a crucial role in determining the health of your heart. The key takeaway is this: you have more control over your heart health than you might think. The choices you make today can determine how strong your heart remains in the years ahead, and the best time to start protecting it is now. 2. Falls and injuries. One of the most dangerous yet often overlooked risks for individuals over 75 is not a disease, but a fall. It can happen in an instant, a misstep, a moment of dizziness, or a slippery surface, and suddenly everything changes. A fractured hip, a head injury, or even a seemingly minor bruise can quickly escalate into a life-threatening situation. The real danger lies in the fact that most people do not realize how vulnerable they are until it is too late. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury-related deaths among seniors, resulting in millions of emergency room visits annually. For many, a single fall can lead to a decline for which they never fully recover. A hip fracture, for example, can mean months of bed rest, loss of independence, and an increased risk of infections and complications. Despite the prevalence of this issue, most individuals do not take fall prevention seriously until they or someone they love experiences a fall firsthand. As we age, our sense of balance, muscle strength, and reaction time gradually diminish. However, because this decline occurs slowly, it often goes unnoticed. You may feel perfectly capable of navigating your home and performing daily tasks, but one misstep can have devastating consequences. The body does not recover as easily as it once did, and what might have been a minor stumble in the past can now result in serious injuries. Compounding the problem is the fear of falling, which can lead to even more falls. After experiencing a close call, many seniors begin to avoid movement altogether. They stop walking, avoid stairs, and limit their activity out of fear. However, this reduction in movement leads to weaker muscles, which in turn increases the likelihood of falling. It becomes a vicious cycle that can quickly rob individuals of their independence. The good news is that falls are not inevitable. Simple yet powerful measures, such as strengthening your legs and core, improving balance, and making small adjustments in your home, e.g., better lighting, slip-proof rugs, and sturdy handrails, can dramatically reduce your risk. Additionally, medication side effects are an often overlooked factor. Many prescriptions can cause dizziness, drowsiness, or changes in blood pressure that increase the likelihood of falls. Consulting with your doctor to ensure your medications are not working against you can be life-saving. Falls are not just about tripping. They are about maintaining strength, steadiness, and awareness of the factors that can make a significant difference. After 75, a single fall can alter the course of your life, but taking the right precautions today can ensure years of continued mobility, independence, and a higher quality of life. 3. Respiratory diseases. Breathing is something we often take for granted until it becomes difficult. As we age, our lungs do not function as efficiently as they once did, and even minor respiratory issues can quickly become serious. What begins as a simple cough or shortness of breath can escalate into chronic conditions, infections, and even hospitalization. After 75, respiratory diseases become one of the leading causes of death, not because they are unavoidable, but because they are frequently ignored until it is too late. One of the most significant risks is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, which includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Over time, the airways become inflamed, making it increasingly difficult to breathe. Many seniors dismiss symptoms such as frequent coughing, wheezing, or shortness of breath, attributing them to normal aging. However, these are warning signs that your lungs need attention. Pneumonia is another major concern. While it may seem like just another infection, it is far more dangerous for older adults. What starts as a cold or mild chest congestion can rapidly progress into a life-threatening condition, as the body's ability to fight infections weakens with age. Many hospitalizations after 75 are due to pneumonia, and in too many cases, the infection leads to a rapid decline in health from which some never fully recover. Poor air quality also poses a significant risk. Over the years, exposure to dust, pollution, and secondhand smoke takes a toll on the lungs. Even within the home, factors such as mold, pet dander, and indoor pollutants can exacerbate breathing problems without you realizing it. For those with pre-existing conditions like asthma or COPD, these irritants can worsen symptoms. Simple adjustments, such as improving indoor air quality, using air purifiers, or avoiding smoke exposure, can significantly protect your lungs. Staying active is one of the most effective ways to maintain lung health. Many people do not realize that the lungs, like other parts of the body, require exercise to function optimally. Physical activity helps the lungs expand fully, keeping them healthy and clearing out mucus buildup. Conversely, prolonged periods of inactivity can make you more vulnerable to infections and weaken lung function over time. Even light activities such as walking or stretching can help keep your lungs stronger for longer. Vaccinations are another critical factor. Many seniors underestimate the importance of vaccines for pneumonia, flu, and other respiratory illnesses. These simple precautions can dramatically reduce the risk of severe infections. It's not just about avoiding a bad cold. It's about preventing complications that could lead to hospitalization or worse. A small step like staying up to date on vaccines can mean the difference between a mild illness and a serious health crisis. Breathing should never feel like a struggle, but for many over 75, it does not because it has to, but because they fail to take action early enough. Your lungs are with you every second of your life, working tirelessly to keep you alive. Taking care of them, strengthening them, and protecting them from infection is one of the most powerful things you can do to extend both your health and independence. 4. Stroke. A stroke occurs suddenly, often without warning, and in an instant, life can change forever. It is one of the leading causes of death after 75. Yet many people are unaware of how many early warning signs and risk factors are within their control. The problem is that a stroke does not always give you a second chance. Once it happens, the damage is often permanent. However, up to 80% of strokes can be prevented, meaning the choices you make today could determine whether you remain independent or suffer a life-altering event. A stroke happens when blood flow to the brain is suddenly blocked or a blood vessel bursts. When this occurs, brain cells begin to die within minutes. The longer the brain is deprived of oxygen, the greater the damage. Some strokes are minor, causing only temporary confusion or slight weakness, while others can leave individuals paralyzed, unable to speak, or completely dependent on others. In many cases, strokes are fatal. High blood pressure is one of the most significant risk factors. Over time, excessive pressure on the arteries weakens them, making them more likely to rupture or become blocked. Like heart disease, high blood pressure often presents no symptoms, which is why many people remain unaware of their risk until a stroke occurs. Irregular heart rhythms, such as atrial fibrillation, AFib, are another major cause. Many seniors experience this condition without realizing it. When the heart beats irregularly, blood can pool and form clots. If a clot travels to the brain, it can cause a stroke in an instant. The good news is that a simple medical checkup can detect these issues early, and treatment can significantly reduce your risk. Diet and lifestyle also play a crucial role. Consuming too many processed foods, excessive salt, and unhealthy fats increases the likelihood of strokes, while lack of physical activity allows blood to thicken and circulation to slow. Staying active, eating nutrient-rich foods, and maintaining healthy blood pressure are key to reducing your risk. Small changes, such as incorporating leafy greens, reducing sodium intake, and drinking more water, can make a substantial difference. Transient ischemic attacks, TIAs, often referred to as mini-strokes, are another critical warning sign. These temporary episodes of stroke-like symptoms, such as slurred speech, blurred vision, or confusion, should never be ignored, even if they're resolved quickly. Seeking medical attention immediately can mean the difference between preventing a full-blown stroke and suffering its devastating consequences. The most important takeaway is that you have the power to reduce your stroke risk. Regularly checking your blood pressure, maintaining a heart-healthy diet, staying active, and recognizing early warning signs can help you remain independent and avoid the life-altering effects of stroke. The earlier you take action, the greater your chances of protecting yourself. 5. Cognitive decline and related complications. One of the most heartbreaking aspects of aging is the gradual loss of memory, reasoning, and independence. Cognitive decline does not happen overnight. It creeps in slowly, with small changes that are easy to dismiss at first. However, as the years pass, these minor lapses can evolve into something more serious. The ability to manage daily tasks, recognize familiar faces, or make sound decisions begins to fade, and for many, this decline becomes life-threatening. Dementia and Alzheimer's disease do not just affect the mind, they put the entire body at risk. As cognitive function declines, so does the ability to manage one's own health. Simple tasks such as remembering to take medications, eating balanced meals, or recognizing symptoms of an illness become increasingly difficult. Many seniors with dementia forget to drink enough water, leading to dangerous dehydration, while others may eat too little or too much, resulting in nutritional deficiencies or weight gain that exacerbate other health conditions. One of the most significant dangers is the increased risk of accidents. Forgetting to turn off the stove, leaving the door unlocked at night, or wandering outside in unsafe conditions are all risks that become more prevalent as cognitive decline progresses. For many seniors, this leads to the tragic loss of independence, as they may no longer be able to live alone safely. Without proper care, their health can decline even more rapidly. The The scariest part is that many individuals do not realize they are experiencing cognitive decline until it is already advanced. Early signs, such as forgetting names, struggling to follow conversations, or misplacing important items, are often brushed off as normal aging. However, these are warning signs that something is changing. The sooner you take action, the better your chances of slowing the progression and maintaining a sharp, healthy mind for years to come. One of the best ways to protect your brain is to stay mentally active. Just like the muscles in your body, the brain needs exercise to stay strong. Reading, learning new skills, doing puzzles, or engaging in deep conversations can keep your brain engaged and reduce the risk of cognitive decline. Physical exercise is equally important, as it increases blood flow to the brain, helping protect memory and cognitive function. Social interaction is another key factor. Isolation and loneliness can accelerate mental decline dramatically. Regular conversations, meeting with friends, and staying engaged with the community can help keep your brain sharper for longer. Additionally, diet plays a significant role in brain health. Omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins found in foods like leafy greens, berries, and nuts help protect against cognitive decline, while processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats contribute to inflammation in the brain, increasing the risk of dementia. Cognitive decline is not an inevitable part of aging. By taking the right steps now, keeping your mind and body active, staying socially engaged, and making smart dietary choices, you can significantly reduce your risk. Your brain, like any other part of your body, thrives with care and attention. Final thoughts. As we conclude, take a moment to reflect on the 5 leading causes of death after 75. Heart disease falls, respiratory diseases, stroke, and cognitive decline. These are responsible for nearly all fatalities in this age group, but the important takeaway is that they are not inevitable. Most people do not realize how much control they have over their health until it is too late. However small, consistent choices made today can add years of strength, clarity, and independence to your life. Aging is often accompanied by fears and uncertainties, but ignoring these risks does not make them disappear. The good news is that awareness empowers you. By recognizing the signs, taking preventive measures, and prioritizing your health, you can focus on longevity, strength, and enjoying life to the fullest. Consider your daily habits and identify areas where small improvements can be made, whether it's eating healthier, staying active, getting regular checkups, or maintaining social and mental engagement. Remember that you do not need to change everything at once. Even one small step in the right direction can set you on a path toward better health and a longer, more fulfilling life. At this stage in life, your well-being is your greatest asset. The more you protect it, the more you can enjoy time with loved ones, maintain your independence, and live without fear of preventable health issues. Every day presents an opportunity to take care of yourself, and the choices you make today will shape how strong and capable you remain in the years ahead. Thank you for joining us. We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, and your support helps us continue creating content that informs and inspires. If you found this discussion helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.